Hello everyone. Today we are going to view the ETL processing on Google Cloud using Dataflow and BigQuery Lab. So ETL stands for extract, transform and load, and it is a traditionally accepted way for organizations to combine data from multiple systems that they have in their organizations and into a single database. So it may either be a data store, data warehouse, or a data lake. ETL basically describes an end-to-end process by which a company takes its data, whether structured or unstructured, and it is managed by a number of teams, and it can be located anywhere geographically. And even though and it gets into a state where it's actually useful for business purposes. So the extraction phase is a process. So the extraction is a process of retrieving data from one or more sources. And after retrieval or extraction is complete, the data is then loaded into the staging area. Moving on to the second step, that is the transformation step. So it involves taking the data, cleaning it, putting into a common format so that it can be stored in a large data warehouse or a data lake. And loading is the process of inserting the formatted data into a target database or a data lake, and from there it is further on processed by data analysts or data scientists to derive business insights. So let's get started with our lab. So in this lab, we are going to build several data pipelines that ingest data from publicly available dataset to BigQuery. So we are going to use Dataflow to transform and store the data from the cloud storage to BigQuery. So first of all, activate your Cloud Shell. So first we have to ensure that the Dataflow API is successfully enabled. So in the search bar, type Dataflow API. Here you can see a sign that the API is enabled, so no need to follow the further steps. Now we have to download the starter code. The starter code has the Dataflow demo examples that are written in Python, so it will help you to do the various tasks. Next, we have to create a cloud storage bucket. The bucket must be in US Central 1 region. Now check whether your bucket is created. Yes. So now we have to copy the files into our cloud storage bucket. Okay, so both the files are copied. Now we are going to create a BigQuery dataset. The name of the dataset is Lake. So this is where all your tables will be loaded. Now we have to build a Dataflow pipeline. And the pipeline will be append-only Dataflow, which will ingest the data into the BigQuery table. So first of all, it will read the files, filter it, convert the table rows, and then write the rows. So click on Open Editor, open a new window. Okay, so the next stage is data ingestion. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the Dataflow pipeline will connect the text IO, that is the source, to the destination, that is BigQuery.io, to ingest the data into BigQuery. So the task that we are going to perform is, we are going to ingest the files into the cloud storage, filter out the header row, then convert the lines to dictionary objects, and then output it to the BigQuery. So let's review the pipeline Python code. So go to Dataflow Python examples and then open data ingestion. You can go through the file so that you get a clear idea as to what data ingestion is and how it is performed. We'll be using Apache Beam for that. So moving on, we have to now run the Apache Beam pipeline. So first of all, we'll set up the Python environment. In all the Python projects, it is preferable that you use virtual environment. Now we have to run the Dataflow pipeline. You can view the Dataflow Job. Here you can view the graph of the steps that are followed or the steps that are executing. Once your job status is succeeded, you can also move on to BigQuery and you can see that your data has been populated. So let's wait for the job to finish. So now all the stages of our job are complete. Let's view if our data is populated in BigQuery. As you can see, a table has been inserted. You can also preview the data. Yeah, so all the values are present. So let's check our progress. So the next stage is data transformation. Here you will transform the data and bring it into the appropriate format. So you can view the code in the code editor. That is data transformation. As you can see, the data is converted into a dictionary format. So now to transform the data, let's copy the code. You can again view the status of your job in Dataflow. Our job is complete and therefore we have successfully transformed the data. So let's go to BigQuery. You can see that a new table USA names transformed is inserted. And the values are also populated. So the next is data enrichment. Here we will populate the data into BigQuery. So you can go to data enrichment. So in enrichment, we demonstrate how the data flow pipeline reads a file and then writes its content into the BigQuery table. You can also view the status of your job here. It is stated that the job state is running. As you can see, the status of the job has changed and this job is in now the done state. So go to BigQuery and check if the data has been populated. If you're not able to view the data, Just refresh the page once. You can now view a US names enriched table added to your dataset. Moving on to the next step, data lake to data mart. So copy the code. You can go to Dataflow to view the status of the job. We have successfully joined the data. You can check if the data is added to your project in BigQuery. You can see orders denormalized side input is added. As you all know, ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. So congratulations, you have successfully completed the ETL processing on Google Cloud using Dataflow and BigQuery Lab.